turn 3 Necrons, Ghost Orks are repositioning this way, maybe that way. Well, let's go that way. And the Doom Scythe is moving up. We'll see what he does. Necrons jump out of the difficult terrain with a nice 6 roll, and the warriors inside, they just move over to the side a bit, moving up, see what they can do. Out of the crater comes the royal court, a full 6 inches, and I'm kind of scared of what they're going to do. They're probably going to pop my battle wagons, because that's what they can do. Now Oberon decides to run off by himself, right up beside those storm boys, and he does not take a wound, but now he has a 2+ rerollable, which is very unfortunate. The monolith tries to move and then lands in a crater and gets immobilized, which apparently happens every game. Poor Monty. But a little bit better news, he does shoot at my Death Copters, takes a wound off, and all the warriors that are just popped from the Ghost Orc from last turn end up shooting 3 glancing hits, and only 1 save made, which means -1 hull points. Everyone pops out. They're fearless, they don't have to take a pinning check, but they are all just within 3 inches. Next, the Royal Court shoots, gets a penetrating hit on my battle wagon on top of the building, and it blows up. There you go. After having a very, very hard time getting through the 1 battle wagon, easily pops the rest. But the explosion takes out 2 warriors, a couple boys, and then Doom Scythe actually flies off the board. You go supersonic, goes up to 36 inches, so easily just runs right off. Other squad of the Ghost Orc with the warriors inside shoot and take out a bunch of boys, and then the monolith shoots direct hit, lots of ones though to wound, but still takes out a big chunk of boys, including my rockets, which aren't doing anything, but it's principle. Don't touch the rocket. And as last ditch effort, shoot his little guns off the side, off the monolith. Try to kill the flyer. Why not? There's a chance. Reanimation protocols, a little bit here and there. And killing off a couple boys. I fail my leadership. And I have to fall back with this squad of boys. And I thought they were going to go grab a objective, but now they can't. Oberon decides to charge, and I do not manage to wound him at all with my overwatching shots, and he gets in easily in. Let me tell you, charging through difficult terrain is a lot better this time. So here's the squad of boys that's in that building, and they're overwatching against the royal court that declared charge against them. And so just a couple lookout sirs and rolls. None of them end up failing, but he only gets 4 inches on his charge and is just out of range. So moving on to the reliable combat where nobody dies. 2 wounds on my boys, stealth 6s, and I got the reroll. This Ice Blood is working out very, very well. Then moving through, piling in. I guess I should have taken a few more difficult terrain tests. But at any rate, attacking, causing a few wounds, a lot of wounds actually, but he is continually rolling above. He finally fails 1. So 1 Necron is down. And he does make his leadership and reanimation protocols. He is back up and ready to fight. And so, again, a stalled combat because my Power Claw whiffed again. Now all the boys attacking Oberon. He's initiative 1 because he charged through terrain. But it's good because everyone who misses, which I miss a lot, and I wasn't able to wound him, he got 10 attacks. But still only managed to kill 4 boys. So it's kind of lucky. But then the Power Claw and the Big Mac with the Power Claw move in. No difficult terrain there, and enough wounds to kill him because he does not have an invulnerable save. So looking back, he probably should have challenged 1. Probably would have just made the combat last for a little bit longer though. And consolidation up into the smoke. And it took the dangerous terrain. I mean, they were fine. But Oberon does not make his reanimation call, so that's too bad. But turn 3 Orks, the Daggett Jets are moving up, they're min 18 inches, and they're looking very greedily at that royal court. They do not want it to be there. Now the boys jumping out of the building with the weird boy, they decide that was fun, but let's actually get down to some business. As well as the boys that were on top of the other ghost, or now they're on top of the Ghost Orc running through. And I do take dangerous terrain tests for them later, so don't worry. Weird boy hits himself with Frazzle. And so since the weird boy failed, I guess I should call well, that was exciting. So first, Dacajet now hitting on 4s because he's doing a strafing run, and a total of 18 shots. Manages to cause a bunch of wounds, kills the 2 up front, and with additional saves manages to kill 1 more. But now there's another Dacajet with another 18 shots hitting on 4s, and they're twin linked. And so continuing the barrage. Now we're down to the Emissar Zandrek. He's not lookout serving at all. Takes all of them and manages to roll 3 1s, which is much below average, but it happened nonetheless. But there's still a chance he can come back. Now declaring charge, or just shooting what you can see. Death Copters managed to kill 1, but we're continuing to charge in. All the shooter boys from around shooting at the warriors take out a couple. More shooter boys shooting at the royal court and managing to take out 1, or no, 2. Very successful shooting phase. And the Luda is still trying to pop a Ghost Ark. I think it's impossible, but they're trying hard. But they fail to do anything. And a few more Ludas try to shoot the royal court, but have no success whatsoever. Reanimation Protocols picks up an immortal, and the warriors die. And now for the royal court, they make their leadership, and so those Cryptechs are gone. Necron Lords, one of them survives with Mind Shackle Scarabs, and one of them survives with the, or I think both of them survive with the Flamers. But Emissar Zandrek is gone, and we were and poor Dan kept on forgetting to steal and give special rules to his own guys and taking them away from mine. So that made a big difference. But again, trying to difficult terrain, the one squad of boys runs up to the warriors and should be able to take them out without too much problem. And attacking the royal court, Overwatch, we got 3 flamers for a total of 4 hits. And there's normal shot, which actually did hit, and a lot of boys are killed. And I only got a 4-inch charge range, so I re-rolled and I got another 4-inch charge range. But it's enough to barely get in there. And then the boys from the other side, they're also charging in, and they get a 7-inch charge range. I love charging through difficult terrain now. Even like the 3 dice take the lowest, take the 2 lowest, is still better than 1 die 6. And so lots of attacks from the royal court first, because both of our charges were coming through difficult terrain. And a lot of boys die. Or no, I think that was from difficult terrain actually. But then the Death Copters decide to charge. But before they charge, the Nest of Vipers attacks, causes a wound. Then the Immortals get the Overwatch. But luckily they don't roll any 6s. With the Tesla, it's even worse. And the Death Copters all get into combat and out of difficult terrain, thankfully. Next, the Immortals actually managed to kill a few Storm Boys. And that's cool, but then the Storm Boys attack back and cause a couple wounds, but with the rerollable, he only fails 1. But then we got the Power Claw, which actually managed a couple hits and 2 wounds, so 3 are down. And so Orks are up 1 right now, so he has to make his leadership, which he does make, and then 1 Immortal does come back. He truly lives up to his name. Next, the Warriors attack and come in, and they are actually going to be able to do a lot of damage to my boys. I don't make any of my saves, and so near half my force of boys is gone. These warriors, before they even get to land a strike. I need some offensive grenades on my boys. But I do attack back with a Power Claw on the boys and do make a couple, but I still fail leadership, or I fail the combat, but I do make leadership. That was me refusing a challenge, because, well, that would be silly. Because then no one else would be able to fight in both combats and have a lot of boys coming in. And so he does take out 1 Power Claw out of the mix though, which is actually a pretty big deal. Then he'd use Mind Shackle Scarabs on my one boy, and he gets 2 kills. Way to go, Big Mac Proxy, or yeah, Big Mac Proxy as a Rocket Boy. But then he attacks back with the regular guys, and well, they don't want to let him leave. They want to just mutilate the corpses, but they're there, and they cause a couple wounds. The one squad is almost dead. There's only a Knob and the Big Mac left. They both have Power Claws. But between all the attacks of all the other boys coming in, they do eliminate the Royal Court, and they try to spread out, but they only got 1-inch consolidation, and the obviously Big Mech, my Warlord, I don't want him to die, get an extra victory point. Reanimation protocols end up in a complete whiff for the Necrons. Poor Dan. But the Immortals are still engaged, they're still fighting those Storm Boys, and they're not that great at Ghost Combat, but that Ice Blood River, that 3+ rollable is making great. There's still a full squad of warriors inside of that Ghost Arc, and my boys are still running away. And so it's really hard. That Monolith is causing actually a lot of damage, even though it can't move anymore. It's there, and there is a fully functional Doom Scythe that's gonna guarantee come in from ongoing reserves next turn. And so there's combats everywhere, people dying left and right. It's really hard to tell who's ahead. And right now, you can see we're both just deep in contemplation. We have no idea how this game is gonna end. So click the link for part 5. Find out how it ends.